Mele Kaliki Maka, guys. Happy holidays. I'm super excited to bring you guys this dish, of course, out of the Easy Hawaiian Cookbook. Today, I got invited to go to a Christmas party. Last minute, oh, what do I do? Oh man, what should we cook? Listen, I got you. This is a really, really easy dish and one of my favorites. Let's get into it. All right, so to make this dish, we have 4 cups of short grain cooked rice, 16 ounces of crab meat. I'm also gonna add a little bit of imitation crab, half a cup of rice vinegar, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sriracha, and some furikake for our top layer. First thing, most important thing, just like your lasagnas or your pastas or anything, the pasta, the base, it's really important. You want that to be done right. So here I have 4 cups of cooked white rice. Now to make this 4 cups, guys, this might, blow some of your minds, but you only need 2 cups of rice to make 4 cups, all right? Obviously the reason why is because it expands when it starts cooking with the rice. So I started out with about 2 cups of uncooked rice. Wash it, cook it, follow the directions on your bag, guys. This isn't rocket science. Make the rice according to the package. You do want the rice to be hot. You want it to still be a little bit hot when we do this process. That way it'll absorb all those flavors. So I just finished cooking this rice, and we're gonna set that on the side, and we're gonna start making our stew. Now, what is stew, right? Who is stew? No, not who is stew. What is stew? Stew is the sauce that you make regular, basic, easy rice into beautiful sushi rice. When you add the stew to the rice, every sushi chef, every guy that ever does make a stew or make something like this has their own adaptation. They have their own way to do it, and that's really what makes the flavor. Brings out a ton of flavor. I know not a lot of you guys probably think when you get that roll in your Japanese or in your sushi restaurant that is just plain rice. It's not. That rice has been painstakingly mixed with a stew to make sure it's perfect and has flavor in every single grain, right? I was gonna say kernel, but every single grain. All we're gonna do, and this is really easy, and my auntie Clara actually used to make this all the time because we would use this for cone sushi. That's another video, but that's something that you would do to make cone sushi. So it's really, really easy. We're gonna start with our half a cup of sugar, and we're gonna add half a cup of the rice vinegar, and we're gonna add the tablespoon of salt. Are you guys following me so far? I know this is getting complicated, but no, I'm kidding. And that's it. That's the stew. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, holy cow, that's a lot. We're not going to use all of this, okay? It's going to be a flavor thing. You mix it up, let everything melt, and then we're going to slowly add it to our rice, and then we're going to taste, see what you like, see how you like it. Every time I've had anybody ask me, like I do a lot of cooking competitions and things, and people will always ask me, oh, do you have any advice? And I always tell them yes. My main advice is not to take it serious because food is very subjective. What I like might not necessarily be what you like. My mom doesn't like smoke. She doesn't like bacon. Like, I have a pig tattooed on me. That's how much I like bacon. And my mom doesn't like it. So again, food is a preference thing. Some people like spice, some don't. So I never think that there's a certain way to do it. It's always according to your palate. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna just add the stew based on your palate. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pour it on my rice platter to kind of help it spread out a little bit. Okay. And what I'm doing to mix it is I'm gonna try to break up all of these little clumps of rice, almost like cutting it into it. And you can smell it, right? I mean, Daniel right now can smell it. I know that behind the camera. So it's like, as soon as that sugar and vinegar hits the rice, it has this, I love this smell. It reminds me of Cone Sushi, Auntie Clara, Auntie Vivian, going to Hilo. Man, this is like childhood memories for sure. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna add a little more. And all I'm doing again is I'm making sure every kernel's in there. And I'm just trying to break up. You see how the rice will clump up? You get little bits and clumps like that. We're just trying to kind of break it up so each kernel gets a chance to really get all that stew in there. As you guys know, rice is serious. I mean, in a lot of Japanese restaurants, guys go years just making the rice. It's serious business. And I wouldn't have gotten this beautiful physique I have now without eating rice every single meal. I mean, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but and that's it. See, it's all broken up. Let's taste it. Obviously, the most important part. Perfect. I mean, I'm telling you guys, when you taste sushi rice, It's really good. It brings its whole flavor onto itself into this whole dish. If you weren't going to be using this right away, or put a damp towel over it, cover it with saran wrap, something like that, just to keep it from getting too cold. But we're going to use it right now, so we don't need to do that. Now that we have our rice done and ready to go and set to the side, we still obviously have some su. As I told you, we're not going to use it all. You do it to flavor. Save this. You can save this, put in a bottle, put in a jar, and use it whenever you guys want to make more sushi rice. Or if you want to use it to make a vinaigrette, maybe I'll look into that. Maybe like a su vinaigrette. It's basically, it would just be a rice wine vinaigrette. So I guess it's not that crazy. But anyway, I digress. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up our crab. You can go all kinds of routes with this. Okay, you can go as cheap or as expensive as you want. You could go and get yourself some king crab. You can pull it out and start pulling that apart. Or you can go and get yourself some imitation crab. $4 for this whole thing right here. We use imitation crab all the time here in Hawaii. You've eaten it, I'm sure, in multiple California rolls where you're like, wow, this crab is delicious. It's not. It's imitation crab most of the time. But all it is it is seafood. It's I believe it's like bound and put together to create a crab-like texture, I guess. It's a little more chewy than crab. Has more of a bite, I guess, than crab. But I'm going to use it in supplement with our pulled crab meat because I want to show you guys that you can use it. This doesn't have to be a fancy dish. It doesn't have to be an expensive dish. If you just went with this $4 and this $1 maybe, and the rest of the ingredients, this is could be a really fun, easy, affordable dish for the whole family. So I just grabbed one of the cans in the stores. This is a 16-ounce can of crab meat. Put that in there. And then we're going to start breaking up some of this imitation crab. It's nice too. It also gives it a little color. And like I said, if you were just using the imitation crab, that's no problem. You just want to make sure it's really broken up good. Especially if you're only using imitation crab, you're going to want to really break it up good so that the mayo can bind it together. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit in here because we have all that other crab. And this isn't fancy. All this crab meat cost me about $25 maybe, and that's Hawaii prices, so easy dish, guys. Something like I said, last minute. I get invited to a party today. I'm a chef, so they expect me to bring something tasty. Anytime you bring crab, people are like, "Ooh, you fancy," So whatever. I want to show you guys how easy this is. This is one of my favorite recipes in this book. I know I say that every week when I when I talk about my book, but this really is. This reminds me of my childhood, man. This is a fun dish. All right, take my gloves off. No glove, no love. Now we're gonna add our base, our mix. All we are doing, guys, is adding mayo. Best Foods mayo. Gotta be Best Foods. Helms, I think it's called on the East Coast. Don't tell me why. It's a local thing. You tell anybody you're not using Best Food, they'll take your head off. So half a cup of mayo and about 2 tablespoons of sriracha. This right here creates probably most of your guys' favorite sushi dishes. Spicy tuna, California rolls, spicy hamachi rolls. That's my favorite. But any type of those dishes are made with this. So this sauce of mayonnaise and sriracha mixed together can be used in so many things, guys. I mean, if you don't take anything from this whole video, just take the fact that this little sauce we're making can be used in all kinds of things, all different types of stuff. So that's half a cup mayo and about 2 tablespoons of sriracha. 1, 2, and I want to show you guys how everything is subjective. You can do whatever you want here. I'm going to add another little bit because I like the spice, okay? And that's it. We're going to mix this all together, mix it into our crab. And you want it to come together. You want to give it a good mix, and you want it to kind of bind and come together like this because this is going to be a layer, right? We're going to layer this thing, rice, crab, furikake. That's kind of like the layers. So we want this to be able to have a nice big piece of crab in every single bite. Because I didn't even tell you guys the best part. Hello, the nori. You just break this into like 4 pieces, into smaller pieces. I'll show you guys how we doing. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get into here. My ADD is kicking in a little bit. All right, just like that, guys. That's your spicy crab. Let me try it. Oh man, my mouth loves it and my gout hates it. Oh, so good. You could season this if you wanted to, salt, but you don't have to. One thing that I do add once in a while is a little meat in, which is like a sweet sake. Only when I'm being fancy, guys, and bougie. You don't have to do it, but Adds like a nice little sweetness to it. So that's it. Hope you guys are all following me so far because I know this dish has been all over the place, right? And that's it, guys. This is the whole thing. Now we get to put it together. Let's build our Hawaiian. Well, let's build our holiday lasagna. I don't want to call it too Hawaiian because somebody asked me the other day, oh, what makes it Hawaiian? And I said, well, Hawaiian's cooking it, so I just assumed whatever I cook is Hawaiian, you know. So I'm semi-joking, but so we have our delicious sushi rice. First thing I'm gonna do is spray. Now, I know what you're saying. What are you doing? You're spraying. You're not even cooking. You're not even using. Doesn't matter. Whenever I make rice, I spray the pot first. Whenever I use rice, I spray it. If I would be doing this and making hand rolls, I would wet my hands. Rice is sticky, guys. It's called sticky white rice for a reason. Well, whatever. Rice is sticky, guys. So I do this so that when you're actually eating it, it doesn't stick to the pan. You'll be surprised by the time the rice starts cooling off a little bit, how much will actually stick to the pan. So you do it, you give it a little spray. Every scoop comes off really easy when they eat it. All right, let's add our rice. I'm using two. How big is this pan? I don't know. I'm using two pans that are this big. I don't know but you could do one big pan, two smaller pans, three pans, whatever you want. This is whatever floats your boat, whatever fits in your refrigerator. So I'm putting half the rice in here and put the other half right in here. We're gonna press the rice down. Now, if you wanted to get real crazy, you could do rice, crab, or what Daniel, my handy dandy partner in crime here behind the camera, told me is they layered it with avocado. So you can do rice, avocado, crab, furikake. Possibilities are endless. Or you could use the chili crunch that we just made from the last episode, put that bad boy on top. Then we're gonna put a layer of crab. And again, I want it to be a nice thick layer. You know what I mean? I don't want to skimp them on the crab, but if you guys are making multiple, it's just, you go as much or as little as you want, right? This is all just by eye on all these parts. This recipe is, I don't want to say it's so easy again, because I think I've said that like 10 times, but it is, it's so easy. And it's really good. It's a tasty dish. It's something that when you bring to the party, I guarantee you guys are going to be the hit. Like everybody will be stoked. Like, oh yeah, you brought the crab dip, right on. Spread it all out like that. And finally, our layer of furikake. What is furikake? This is basically a umami bomb. You have sesame seeds, nori, salt, all toasted, all elements of umami that brings out that sixth sense. What is umami? Umami is the sixth sense. It's that extra flavor, that extra taste that you can't describe, but keeps making you go back for more. It's the shoyu on the rice that makes you eat the whole bowl of rice. You know, try eating a bowl of white rice without shoyu, then put shoyu on it. See how fast that bowl goes. Umami is a big deal. So here we're putting on our furikake. Just like that. Be generous with it. This is gonna bring a lot of flavor. Now you might be saying, Chef Ippy, I live in Montana. I can't find furikake. Guys, this is 2023. Go on Amazon, check out the furikake. You'll have it at your door, delivered by a drone in like 2 days. If not, I'll talk to Bezos and we'll get it put onto the list. But I'm almost positive you can buy it in Amazon. Okay? Look how beautiful that is. I'm kidding. You thought I was gonna Salt Bay it. Nori Bay. It's like the Japanese version of Salt Bay, like Nori Bay, you know? All right. So now that you have it finished, how does it work? How do we take it? How do we present it? How do they eat this? All you do is you can take some sheets of nori. They also sell the smaller ones. You can literally just buy the small ones and rip them right out of the package, but I didn't want to spend the money on it, so we have the nori here. Take your nori, fold it in half, break it, fold it in half again the other way. We fold it in half again, and it doesn't have to be a perfect cut or a break. Actually, I feel like not making it perfect makes it look kind of cool, you know? Right? This is 2023, guys. Imperfections are beautiful, right? Some of them. Okay, and just like that, look at that. So you have your nori, the house, your Ippy's Hawaiian, Easy Hawaiian Cookbook. Put the little plug. When you take it to the house, when you're all ready to go, what you do is you take your piece of nori, hold it in your hand. You could also get bigger pieces and you could do hand rolls if you guys wanted to, but this is the easiest way. Get a nice big scoop. You got crab, you got nori, you have everything on, or you have crab, you have your rice, you have your furikake, just like that. Merry Christmas, Mele Kalikimaka, Happy Hanukkah, all of the above. I'm not crying, but it is really good. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's savory, it's salty. It's perfect. Thank you guys again. This was our special holiday episode to show you guys what to make if you guys get invited to a last minute party like I did tonight. I'll be taking this with me to the party tonight. Boom. And I'm here ready for the party. So mahalo guys. Mele Kalikimaka. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We really appreciate you guys joining. More videos to come. Aloha. I don't have furikake in my teeth, do I? No? No, don't show it. I'm just asking.